Radhe Radhe students, today I am going to start a new chapter, Force and Newton's Law of Motion. This chapter is very very important for exam point of view. You will get at least 4 to 5 questions from this chapter in your school exam or various science olympiad. And indirectly you will get many questions from this chapter in other chapter because you will come across the situation in which you have to find force in electrostatic chapter between two charges, in gravitation chapter between two masses, in magnetism between two poles, south pole and north pole. So this is related to several chapters of physics. So this is most important chapter of physics, law of motion. We will study this chapter with some real life examples, and you will feel that this chapter is not just a part of physics textbook but also related to our daily life. So by the end of this lecture you will be very clear to these concepts and you can relate this term with your real life. So let's start Newton's law of motion. So before studying these three laws, we will study about some basic terms. First one is force. So what is force? Force is a kind of push or pull which changes or try to change state of any object. So there are two kind of a state of any object: state of rest or state of motion. If any object does not change its position by the passes of time, then it is said to be in a state of rest. And if it is changing its position by the passes of time, then it is said to be in a state of motion. For example, this board, digital board, is in a state of rest with respect to me because I am seeing this board continuously at the same position. It's not changing its location by the passes of time. So force are divided in two categories: contact and non-contact. So contact forces are those forces which requires physical contact to apply on any object. So examples of these contact force are friction force, tension force. So as you can see here that here force of friction will start acting between ground and this object when you try to pull or push this object in one direction. So to act this friction force, physical contact between two objects must. A second category of force is non-contact force, and its examples are magnetic force, electrostatic force, and gravitational force. As we all know that Earth revolves around the Sun by some in circular, almost circular path, and to move any object in circular path, a force is required, which is centripetal force. And gravitational force, here gravitational force play a role of centripetal force during revolution of Earth around the Sun. So this is non-contact force because there is no physical contact between Earth and Sun. They are far away from each other. Still, this force is acting. Similarly, electrostatic and magnetic forces are also non-contact force. You can see here that two magnets, when you bring it nearby each other, these two poles, north and north, will start repelling each other without making any contact. You don't require to make contact between these two objects. This will start acting at some distance. So these are few examples of non-contact force. Now we will see what is couple. If two forces are acting on a rod in different direction, this is force F and this force is F. And if separation between these two forces is suppose L, then if someone asks you to find net force acting on this rod, then your answer should be 0 because one force is acting from downward direction and other from upward direction. Both are acting in opposite direction, and we all know that if two forces are acting in opposite direction, then net force on any object is equal to 0. So F net is 0, but still you will see that this object will start rotating about its center. So here what is there which is making it rotate? That term is known as couple. So couple is equal to force, either force F into gap between these forces, perpendicular distance between these two forces, which is equal to L. So here couple equal to F into L. Okay. So what should be unit of this couple? Unit is force into distance. So unit of force is Newton and unit of distance is meter. So SI unit of couple is Newton meter. Can you guess any other physical quantity whose unit is also this Newton meter? Work done. Yes, work done has also same unit, Newton meter. So now we will learn what is equilibrium. Okay. So equilibrium in physics, we say any object in equilibrium if net force acting on that object is zero, or all forces acting on any object is balanced. So there are two kind of equilibrium: translational equilibrium and rotational equilibrium. So for translational equilibrium, net force on any object must be equal to zero. So now we will learn about balanced and unbalanced forces. Because if balanced forces are acting on a system, then only we can say that that system is in equilibrium. So balanced forces are those forces which does not bring about any change in state of any object. Suppose object is initially at rest, then it will continue to be in same state after application of this balance force. And if you apply unbalanced force on any system, then the state of that object will definitely change. Next term is here center of gravity. Like center of mass is a location where whole mass of the body is supposed to be concentrated. Similarly, center of gravity is a location where whole weight of the body is supposed to be concentrated. Uniform motion. What is uniform motion? If balanced forces are acting on a system, any system can be in uniform motion if and only if no forces or balanced forces are acting on that system. What is uniform motion? Definition of uniform motion is a body is said to be in uniform motion if it is moving with constant velocity. Constant velocity means both in magnitude and direction. So let's move to next slide. Now we will learn about inertia. So can you define inertia? Inertia is natural tendency of any object to maintain its initial state. So inertia are of three types. Inertia of rest, that means if any object is initially at rest, then it will try to maintain its rest state unless expelled by unbalanced external force. And if a body is in motion, then it will continue to be in motion unless unbalanced external force acts on it. And inertia of direction means if any object is moving in a particular direction, then it will continue to be moving in same direction unless expelled by some unbalanced external force. Okay. So Newton, now we will start Newton first law. So Newton first law is related with inertia of the object. So Newton first law states that a body continue to be in a state of rest or uniform motion, not simply motion, it's uniform motion. A body continue to be in a state of rest and uniform motion unless expelled by unbalanced external force. So this is Newton related to inertia. So as we know that if you drop any object from this point and this surface is perfectly smooth, means its coefficient of friction is zero, then this object is never going to stop and it will continue to be moving. So Newton's first law says that an object continue to be in a state of rest or uniform motion unless expelled by unbalanced external force. So now we will learn what is balanced force and unbalanced force. So if two or more forces are acting on a system and they brings about a change in a state of that body or that system, then that forces are named as unbalanced forces. So here F1 and F2 are two forces acting on this object. Suppose magnitude of this F1 is 10 Newton and F2 is 8 Newton. Then net force acting on this object will be equal to 2 Newton. So this 2 Newton is going to change the state of this object. So we can say that these two forces are unbalanced forces. And if we take value of this F1 is 10 Newton and F2 also 10 Newton and they are equal and acting in opposite direction, then net force on this object will be zero and these forces are not going to make any change in its state. So in this case, These F1 and F2 are called balanced forces. So what first law say? A body continued to be in a state of rest or uniform motion unless expelled by unbalanced external force. Means this object will change it in its state. This object will change its state if you apply only unbalanced force on it. If balanced forces are acting on it or no forces are acting on it, then this object is not going to change its initial position or initial state of rest. So this is all about. So that's all in this lecture, student. See you in next lecture, and in that lecture we will continue with Newton's second law of motion. Okay, thank you. Radhe Radhe.